Estos aplausos son los 6 meses que habéis pagado para el barco.
The story is far from over. We stand here at the first chapter in this great journey, and I couldn't be more excited to give you a little sneak peek at the next few chapters.
Sneak peek. Es una puta Blizzcon. Debería revelar, vamos.
So first off, now I know for many of you here and a lot of you watching along at home, Tides of Vengeance is old news. It's been on the test realm for a couple months, but I just want to give a quick recap just to set the stage for what will follow. So, key components of this update. First off, we have the new Warfront in Darkshore, as well as an update to the outdoor zone of Darkshore.
Pues nuevo, no sabía yo esto hace 3 semanas. He tenido que pagar 40 euros, que no los he pagado, para saber esta puta mierda.
We also have war coming to the shores of Kultiris and Zandalar, as Horde and Alliance assaults, add new outdoor gameplay as you rally to defend your allied cities from the enemy faction's invasion. It's a clump of world quests leading to a capper experience. Again, reminiscent of the Legion assaults that we had back in 7.2, except this time around, it's the enemy faction invading as opposed to the Burning Legion.
Pero no es fresh porque es reminiscent, no es copy máxima.
That will take you to Jorandal and Haven, as well as systemic improvements to
Hostia, esto de las Island
island
Expeditions
pacing of the
me
experience
gusta.
and the way that islanders spawn. We of course have an all-new raid zone, the Battle of Dazara Lore. And this is something
el mapa nuevo
incredibly
también.
excited about. This is for the first time ever. You know, what a villain means in World of Warcraft is typically it's embodied in the end boss of a raid. When you played Burning Crusade, well, Illidan was the one who was telling you were not prepared. When you played Wrath of the Lich King, you were seeking to climb Icecrown Citadel to confront the Lich King at the end. Well, in Battle for Azeroth, if the villain is the opposite faction, why should that not be expressed in a raid zone to tell our story? And so Horde and Alliance, for the first time, will have different experiences. As on the Alliance side, as you stage an assault of Dazara Lore, on the Horde side, as you rally to defend it. Different bosses, different narratives, all set in the same place to form one intertwining story. The war campaign, of course, continues, featuring some of our favorite diminutive champions. We'll get to see Galliwix and Mekatork really go head-to-head. Of course, heritage armor for non-allied races.
A ver, gilipollas, que esto lo sabéis de hace 3 meses. ¿Qué me estás contando? La gente aquí, por ver esta puta mierda que ya la han visto en MMO.
But that's some of the content. We also have a ton of systems
Todo esto ya lo sé,
coming down the
todo.
pipe, many of which have been in our test realm in recent weeks, others of which are soon to follow. We're taking a hard look at the Azerite armor system as a whole, tripling the number of traits for a given spec that are going to be in each piece in Season 2 and beyond, increasing the ways in which you can obtain them, whether it's the emissaries that have been available on the live servers, or the new currency and mythic keystone system that's coming in Tides of Vengeance, and more. We have a doubloon vendor to give you greater control over the rewards that you pursue through island expeditions. We're looking at emissary rewards as a whole. We made a ton of improvements to how reputation works across multiple characters. So if you have a transmog that requires a reputation, that's automatically unlocked for all of your characters. You shouldn't have to do the reputation multiple times.
Aplauden un error que debería estar corregido desde hace
or if you're trying to
tiempo.
get that 100 Exalted Reputations achievement and feel tied to this character that you played a long time ago that has some unavailable achievements. Again, all of that progress should be account-wide. That's coming in Tides of Vengeance. We're also looking at the way Warfronts and their content is structured, and moving to a bit more of a daily cadence.
La Viaolictus, de las tonterías que está diciendo, tu cerebro ha dicho, por favor, deja de hablar. Pero no lo ha conseguido.
But rather, world quests and other daily things that are there on a recurring basis while your faction controls it, so there are reasons to go back. Same thing with the contributions. Rather than front-loading it all as like a dozen turn-ins right away, every day, there'll be new things that are required. It'll also smooth out the rate at which your faction unlocks the Warfront. We're continuing to rework PvP talents, making a wide range of class changes, and more on that front. And we're also looking at how War Mode works, making sure that we're properly incentivizing to calibrate risk and reward. And I think if you are the underrepresented faction at a given time, maybe you should get a bit more in the way of rewards to make War Mode worth your while. The goal here was always to make sure that you can have a fun and satisfying PvP experience, but that it never feels like you're being inefficient or sacrificing pursuit of your progression because you're jumping into a situation that's lopsided. So a lot more improvements along those lines still coming.
¿Tú juegas al juego?
Improvements.
And so,
¿Qué improvement? Ah,
that
no digo
leads to the
nada.
natural question of when will
La
this
gente.
have
¡Oh!
in your hands? When will this update be yours? Well, as always, and as I said at the start, we want to keep content coming as quickly as possible. But at the same time, we know that it's essential to take the time that's required to polish, to respond to feedback, to iterate, to make it the best
Feedback. ¿Pero qué
experience that
feedback?
it can
Si
be.
baneáis los comentarios en Twitter.
And so, while we'd love to get it to you sooner, Tides of Vengeance will be in your hands just over a month from now. December 11th in North America, 12th in Europe, 13th in Asia. And don't worry, the Battle of the Zarlor raid, that's coming early next year. You're not going to have to worry about progression over the holidays. That will, and you still have a little bit of time to finish
La
over here.
gente aplaude.
So,
¡Oh, sí! ¡No tendremos raid en 2
content should be
semanas!
paced as people are ready for it.
¿Por qué? No lo entiendo.
Now, before I actually turn the stage over to a couple of my compatriots who are going to tell you all about 815 and what's coming beyond, I have one more little surprise I want to share. So, the Dark Shore Warfront, as I mentioned, sets the stage for this
Dame tu polla,
where the
joder.
Night Elves return to the ashes of their homeland. And accompanying that is a narrative that lets us know more about Tyrande and others. And along the way, as you play through this content, there's a little in-game cinematic that you're going to witness that sets the stage for the battle to come. And so here, for the first time, I'd like to present Terror of Darkshore.
Es la primera cosa nueva.
All of it?
The entire shipment, down to the last sack of grain. This one's the only survivor.
One Samdi. Do not take me yet. What happened? We were bringing supplies to the war front, just like all the other times.
Here come the pace! We got to get these supplies to our soldiers by dawn.
La paladina ahí.
What is it?
Es un puto bueno.
¿Por qué me has pegado? Matar a 4 NPCs.
Tell her. We are coming.
One Samdi. Do not take me yet.
He expects us to believe this tale. No single night elf could do all that.
I know one who could. We will hold this ground for the Horde.
Cuando el oso... ¿Se ha visto el oso cogiendo al orco? Después, ¿qué ha pasado? Es que se me ha puesto la
And so,
pantalla
yes,
en
a
negro.
little reminder about the true nature of the
Yeah.
Night Elves. You might think of them as this, peace-loving, tree-hugging race. But no, there's a reason why they truly strike terror into the hearts of the Horde, at least the Horde who know. So without further ado, let me introduce Ryan Schwader, senior game designer, who's going to tell you all about what's coming next after Tides of Vengeance.
¿Por qué no haces esto?
Porque ya no le da para más el cerebro. Es lo gordo este.
Yeah! How about that? Oh my gosh.
Gordo, dice, "Yeah".
Thank you very much. Welcome to
Es mega
BlizzCon.
obeso
Thank you,
este.
Ian. Tides of Vengeance is looking absolutely epic. But as a Pandaren once said,
Epic. Sí.
slow
Súper
down. That's what the .5 updates are all about. In 7.3.5, we introduced you to the first 4
Lo que
allied
viene
races.
es el punto 5,
Light
que es
Force
nada,
High
básicamente.
Mountain Tauren, and Nightborn. With the launch of
O sea, que
Battle
no
for
tendrás los
Azeroth,
Zandalari
we introduced
en diciembre, ni de
Blackheart
coñas.
Orcs and Dark Iron Dwarves. And I'm happy to say that in 8.1.5, we have 2 more for you.
Qué bien, ¿eh? Ya le voy a dar otro.
For the Alliance! The Cultiran Humans. And for
Sí,
the
humanos
Horde.
diabéticos con acromegalia.
I think the Horde won that one, so let's talk about the Zandalari first.
Que no tiene nada.
You can see that their heritage armor is predictably ostentatious.
Heritage Armor es
That's the Zandalari,
basura.
that's who they are. Recent unrest within the King's Council, as well as attacks within their borders, have left them destabilized. But in helping to stabilize Zandalar, you'll earn the Zandalari Trolls as an ally for the Horde. We can see from the classes available to them that they're an incredibly
Yo de verdad que
versatile
lo de Paladín
perhaps most
me
notably,
explicas.
Paladins of the Horde.
Pero si es que sabía que sí.
La gente no se da cuenta
You like
lo que
that?
están presentando. Una
We
clase
can see from
podrá
the
ser paladín y
racial
esto.
abilities available to them that the Zandalari are lovers. They're lovers of the Loa with Embrace the Loa. Lovers of gold, the city of gold. Lovers of not dying, with regenerating. And of course, perhaps above all, lovers of dinosaurs with Pterodax Swoop. Their mount can be nothing other than a
¿Qué
dinosaur.
está pasando? ¿Qué estoy
Now,
oyendo?
believe me, I tried to
oye
convince
como doble,
everyone
sí.
to make it a lowrider, but no one was having any of it. I tried hard, trust me. Here's their druid forms. You can see they're heavily inspired by prehistoric beasts and dinosaurs.
¿Por qué se mueve el pollo raro?
Looking really cool. Let's talk
Anda
about the
espasmo.
Cultiran humans.
Oh, sí, diabetes.
Yeah, I knew we'd have to get you at some time. So the Cultiran humans are one of the most interesting new human cultures we've introduced since World of Warcraft's launch. They're capable seafarers, incredible shipwrights, and fearless explorers. And they're going to prove vital in the fight against Sylvanas' horde.
¿Por qué llena tanto el texto?
Oh, that guy looks buff.
Ya, ya, ya.
Here we can see their classes,
Monje.
most notably human druids
What?
and shaman for the Alliance.
Y chamanes.
¿Chamanes lo puse yo?
¿Me explicas? No, no me suena.
Their racial abilities reflect their stout fortitude with Haymaker and Brush It Off, their artisanal versatility with Jack of all trades, and their bond with the ocean with Child of
no
the
veo.
Sea and Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Punchan enemy.
Here we see a conspicuous question mark.
What?
It's not a quest, don't try to turn it in. We argued for weeks, even months, about what the mount should be for a new human race. And finally, someone had an idea that was
Un
completely
caballo.
outside the box. This is not what you expect. Horses. It's what you expected. Of course, a horse.
Una puta mierda de
Pero es que
caballo.
lo sabíamos.
Yo si fuera
Here we
público
see their
empezaría como a
forms,
tirarle tomates
heavily
o algo así.
inspired by the Druss culture. This
Otro
is very
puto
unique.
caballo.
Wait, one of them seems to be missing. We get.
Ya, y el pollo este, que es feo.
We're always late to the party.
Está muy
I don't know
gracioso
what I was
este
gonna say,
director.
so let's just move on to the
No
Dark
sé, es un
Moon
puto
Fair.
espantapájaros.
Silas Darkmoon, like
No digo que están muy graciosos ellos, la
amusement
representación.
park tycoon, is always on the lookout for new ways to attract new visitors. He realized in a recent audit that something was missing. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, characters of all classes, I give you the Grivern. Yeah.
Por fin, han tardado 4 expansiones.
The next time Darkmoon rolls into town, it ain't 1-5. Now, the Darkmoon Fair might be the most common holiday in Azeroth, but there's many more celebrated throughout Azeroth and beyond. We know some of these are getting long in the tooth, and we'd like to update them over time. And this time in 815, we're taking the chance to update one of our favorites, Children's Week. There will be new quest lines for the
Pero si nadie hacía nada durante Children's Week.
La semana de los putos niños.
They're adorable.
Yo la primera vez en la Burning Crusade, luego dejé de hacer.
We know a lot of you are enjoying the micro holidays that we introduced in Legion, like Trial of Style
Pero vamos.
and the Kirin Tor Tavern Crawl. And we'd like to add more of these as time
De
goes
verdad la
on.
gente que aplaude se lo
In
cree, que
815,
es súper
returning
bueno.
To the Krasserang Wilds. We go to the Wanderers Festival and celebrate
La que yo no
Liu
voy a
Lang
casa
and
desde
Shenzhen
que
Zhu, the great
me
turtle.
cagué en esa playa.
We'll dive into the great reefs
Uru Uru Bashir.
of Bashir, your favorite zone to swim in. And who loves t-shirts? Yeah, pretty much everybody. Free t-shirt day is coming to Azeroth. I have no segue.
La pava esa, en plan, por favor, matadme.
Time walking was introduced in Warlords of Draenor, so where better to walk back to than Warlords of Draenor itself?
No, por favor.
You'll get to
Por favor,
experience
que la
some of the
gente
favorite
abuchee
dungeons
eso.
that Draenor has to offer, as well as the Everbloom.
Hostia, Everbloom.
Bueno, era más fácil.
And rewards.
Ya, no sé, estaba bien, pero...
How about 2 mounts?
Con el Jack que te levantabas.
Oh yeah.
¡Oh, qué bien!
¿Estos
No entiendo.
modelos son
Ah.
nuevos?
No,
Sí,
¿qué
voy a
va?
pagar un
And we
año.
realize that sometimes it's hard to get around. Who can tell me where the Ashran portal is in Stormwind? Wrong. All of you are dead wrong. It's actually in Stormwind Keep. And we realize that as World of Warcraft continues to grow, it can be hard to find your way around.
¿Por qué se ríe?
And in our first effort
Es en plan...
of improving this travel, we're introducing portal rooms in both Orgrimmar and Stormwind.
Wow.
¡Wow! ¡Cuánta dificultad
Now,
programadora!
building is in such a way that we can
¿Me
actually
explicas?
hack them. So rather than finding yet another nook to shove a portal,
Pues, a lo mejor a mí no me gusta, porque antes era más fácil encontrar esto.
we can actually add to the portal room over time. Crafters, you
Los
out
vamos a
there?
estar en plan, señora calculando, me la suda.
I thought so. I thought so.
Es que,
We know you've been clamoring for content in Battle for Azeroth, and we're more than happy
es que no han dicho nada, no hay nada nuevo.
for each and every crafting profession. We call these tools of the trade, and the reward, tools of the trade. That's pretty evident. Let's look at a couple. Actually, let's look at all of them. I'll mash them all up there for you, because I know you're all going to want to see what your class is getting. Couple examples. Scribes.
Haz una
you'll get
captura de
blood
esto, Ura.
contracts. You'll have a quill that actually, when you're making these blood contracts, draws from the corpses of the dead around you and heals your wounds. Blacksmiths, you get to repair your own gear every once in a while, instantaneously.
Esto está bien.
And when you're making new armor and weapons, you have a chance to make it indestructible. Now, I'd go over every single one of these, but it's been a few seconds, so it's probably up on the internet already, so you can look at it there. Seems that in every expansion, the brawlers.
Qué bien, ¿eh? Esto, vamos, como lo hago yo siempre cuando sale y no a final de expansión, para no morirme del asco.
Say in 815, it's going to make its triumphant return. Now, of course, we wanted to address balance and tier progression.
New bosses,
Adds
pero
new bosses
guess
like
what?
Mama
No son
Stormstout,
difíciles.
Philip Carter Tracy, and Robe Robber Robert.
Tier, y sale Hazzikostas tachando la palabra. Acelite Armor.
We wanted to introduce a quest line that explored the seedy
Tierno.
Pues
underbelly,
yo nunca los he hecho
seedy
esto.
underbelly that is the Brawlers
Pues
Guild.
no los hagas porque te da una embolia y te dan una montura.
It begins as all great stories
Como es
do,
una muerte.
with murder. And you, as an esteemed member of the Brawlers Guild, you'll be charged with investigating this murder mystery in the only way you know
Hostia,
how.
qué guay, ¿eh?
The
Que,
truth.
Cuando la acabe el primer día que salga el parche, pues ya ve cómo los
Rewards? Shirts.
de verdad que
Shirts.
yo si
We're
estuviera en la
destroying
BlizzCon
brand new
y hubiera
transmods.
pagado
Yo me subo allí.
Oh, what's that?
la
You
pasta
wanted
que he
to
pagado,
name
pero
your
si no han dicho
favorite
nada.
Or favorite brawler as a mount? Oh, yeah, okay. How about Bruce, the mount?
Otro puto crocodilo.
El Bruce, pero sí, el boss.
While we're in a fighting mood,
El
let's talk
Bruce.
about PvP Battlegrounds. Warsong Gulch and Arathi Basin remastered.
Qué bien, ¿eh?
Now, of course, we're doing visual updates to make the entire space beautiful. The sky is not the limit. It will actually even look better. But we're preserving the spirit of the original as well as painstakingly maintaining the PvP balance down to the very geometry of the terrain. And what will they look like? Well, I'll explain to you over the next 20 to 30 minutes exactly what they look like. Or we could watch a video. Now, I will qualify this. These are works in progress, and they will look better by the time you get your hands on them.
O sea, en todo este momento estoy trabajando en remasterizar la puta VG. Hostia, qué cambio, ¿eh? Es que esto lo ves, un 2%, es un 2% de lo que tú juegas, es esto. Un 2.
Estás siendo generoso.
Ya, estoy siendo generoso. Qué bien, están cambiando un 1% del juego que no me molestaba hasta ahora. Yo no entraba al juego y decía, ¡qué mierda de VG! Justamente es las que más me gustaban.
Eso te iba a decir, al revés. A ver si te guardas un bot, digo.
Bueno, al menos las paredes ya no son de papel. Pero aún así, me refiero... Como diría Rocae, me la suda.
Ok.
La gente se cree sin focusear a Flat Carry, o sea que... Ya ves todo el cambio.
Conspiratorial whisper. This next video I want to show you. They said not to show it to you. It's hideous. It's in the old Arathi Basin.
Eres tan maleote, joder.
Eres tan malote como gordo.
A ver, tan malo no es.
Mira, hay una
¿Es verdad?
¡Es él!
Oye,
En el Battlefront.
cabrón.
¿Qué mierda es ese disparo de cazador?
Now, what if I were to tell you
Pues eso he visto nada.
players fighting against non-player characters? Thanks to AI advancements brought on by the Islands feature,
AI, me
play
estás
against
con...
AI bots in the new Arathi
Oh.
Comp Stomp Brawl.
Gracias, por fin más información.
825 and beyond. Well, it's going to exist, but I can't talk about it yet. Well, Schwader, why'd you make such a pointless slide? Very astute of you, fictional front row fan. I did want to show you just one more thing. New character models for both the Goblin and Worgen.
Oh, por fin. Nadie se... A ver, aún nadie juega a Goblin.
Encima de Goblin. Los Worgen están bastante neat.
Ya, molan. Son bastante thick.
Sí, sí.
¡Curry! Dios mío.
Le da...
La sonriente
All
esa.
right, thank you guys very much.
Es
Now,
como que ya
without
está.
further ado, please put your hands together for the Baron of Battle Pets himself, Jeremy Muffinus Fiesel.
Vale, ¿qué ha dicho nuevo? Nada de contenido. O sea, minor changes, que me la sudan.
Thank you, Mr. Schwader. Man, it is always great to be up in front of you guys for another Blizzcon. This gives me the energy for another year of making World of Warcraft. We've got a lot of awesome content coming your way in Tides of Vengeance, in patch 815 and
A nadie le
825.
importa el
But if you can
8.1.
believe it, there is
Que ya lo sabemos, ya lo sabíamos.
between 815 and 825. We've got another big story to tell in the tale that is Battle for Azeroth.
Vale, ahora,
So let me
gracias.
set the stage for you really quickly. Following the raid on the Zandalari capital of Dazar Alor, both sides are reeling. We've lost troops, we've lost champions, we've lost a lot of ships, and we're sort of licking our wounds and trying to figure out what the next move is. It
Bashir.
is at this moment of weakness that the Naga make their assault.
Hostia, ¿quién lo diría?
Across all of the shores of Zandalari and Kul Tiras, they make major attacks, dragging people under the waters. Something evil is going on deep in the seas. And taking a few of their remaining ships and their heroes and champions, both the Alliance and Horde set sail for the great blue beyond. Now, what we find there is not what we expected. We find a crack in the ocean, a chasm, where surrounded by waterfalls, we find a new land. That is, in fact, a very, very old land. We're going to Nazareth.
Nayaloza. Oh, Nazjatar.
Our trip to Nazjatar is the kickoff piece of our next major content update, entitled Rise of Ashara. So let's dig right into the continent of Nazjatar. We start here at the south, in the aptly named Ship Graveyard. Things don't go so great for our ships. And we'll work our way up north.
Bueno, hay
through
más
these
zonas,
beautiful
por fin, no es una
coral
puta
kelp
isla.
forests. We'll get to see the ruins of Zinashari and some ancient elven architecture, and ultimately make our way to the Naga city that surrounds Ashara's eternal palace. This is the home base of the Naga. This is the seat of power of Queen Ashara, and we will finally face her in combat.
Por fin algo de contenido.
So let's talk for a
Que
second
obviamente
about the
era
finer points
confirmado,
of what
pero-
you're going to be doing in Nazjatar. First, of course, we've got awesome new major story quests. We're going to head in here and take the fight directly to Ashara herself. We've got new friends to meet along the way. For the Horde, you will be meeting this beleaguered group of former Naga slaves that have been holed up in a cave just barely trying to survive. You will make new friends with a group of Gilblin, Makura, and Sea Giants who will be on our side and help us fight against the Naga.
Makura for the
the
win.
Alliance, you're going to make friends with a deep sea tribe called the Ankoan that you see here on the right. This group has all but been wiped out by the Naga over the generations, and so few of them remain that they know they can never raise their tribe in population again. So those of them that remain have dedicated themselves to spending their life slaying Naga. We're going to help them get revenge. And last but not least, we want to focus heavily in this particular content update on replayable outdoor content. If you liked Suramar, Argus, Timeless Isle, Isle of Thunder, the Molten Front, we're even reaching back to our favorite parts of the Burning Crusade and Auchindoun's outdoor towers to grasp all those cool pieces of endgame systems and overlay them over the top. Our goal is that over the course of playing through Nazjatar, you've got new things to see every day. Of course, heading down into the depths that are owned by the Naga and Ashara, we will be meeting tons of brand new foes. Some of them have more old gaudy influence than others. Like this guy, Eyeball Jellyfish. I love this guy. And we will also be seeing the elite units of the Naga, of Ashara's units, including this powerful new Naga warrior and spellcaster. Along the same lines, we'll be getting brand new rewards. These awesome Naga-themed weapons and armor
Esto está
sets.
muy bien.
And of course,
Gracias, no
new
puta
maps.
mierda troll. El caballo, me explica.
Now, for those astute
Yo quiero
mount collectors in the audience, you might notice something a little strange about this crab.
Te
The
dirán
thing
para un
you
año.
hold on to is facing sideways. The crab walks sideways.
Y se mueve de lado, XD.
It's 2018, we did it. And of course,
Sí.
we can't be going to a new zone without some new battle pets.
¡Oh!
Yes, he is wielding a tiny fork.
Tienda de
All of
Blizzard,
this
40
culminates
euros.
in an assault on Ashara's eternal palace, the entry of which you can see here with this brand new bioluminescent Naga architecture. Ashara's palace, our headlining raid of this patch, will include 8 bosses. We will be investigating a Naga hatchery. For all of those of you that have been interested in seeing how Naga reproduce, now is the time.
Follan.
There may even be an underwater boss.
Eso está bueno.
Si la gente le dice y luego cuando salga dirá, vaya puta mierda. Típico de los niveles de agua, típico.
And of course, culminating with Queen Ashara herself.
¿Por qué gritáis si es obvio?
It's a very exciting and gorgeous place to go. This place hasn't seen air in thousands of years. For the first time, you're going to get to see things that feel like they were dredged up from the seafloor. We've got a real quick video to show you. Please keep in mind, all of this is a work in progress and will undergo changes.
¿Por qué sube ahora a la isla? ¿Porque sí o cómo? ¿Qué motivo?
And that's Nazjatar.
Se nota que lo tenéis ya casi listo, ¿eh? No os queda aún nada para
Got a
programar.
great shot of the kelp forest here. This is a piece of our concept art. But Nazjatar is not the only mystery that we're going to be exploring in Rise of Ashara. If you were an Alliance player that went through Tiragard Sound, you may have encountered this gentleman. A gnome that has been trying to figure out what's up with this crazy gnomish technology at this rusted vault. And he's been trying to get this vault door open. When you log in to Rise of Ashara, the door is open. And inside, we will find a transponder, a radio signal, that uses technology the likes of which no one's ever seen. So, of course, the gnomes and goblins jump at the chance to figure out where it's pointing at. Yes, this is a gnome and goblin adventure.
Qué bien, ¿eh? No tengo ningún
And what they
goblin.
find is a second new landmass for us to explore. We're going to Mechagon.
What?
What?
Esto es
Ancient
unexpected.
lost city of the gnomes. We will begin our adventure out here on the Junker Wastes, where, beset by death robots, we will find that this is not a happy place. But we're going to meet some allies here as well. Both the Alliance and the Horde are going to be friends with a group that is being hunted by these robots and learn a lot of new things about them. Please welcome the Junker Gnomes.
Pues mola,
Now, the
¿eh?
Mecha Gnomes span a variety of different types, and we're going to learn a lot about their culture. The group that we meet out in the Junker Wastes are those that you see here on the right-hand side. They're less mechanical. They're breaking down even a little bit. And what we learn from them is that there is a gorgeous society inside of yet another vault that we'll have to break our way into. And inside there, the higher caste gnomes live. Those that have given themselves over to their king, King Mechagon, and his vision to turn everybody into robotic components. In this society, the more robot parts you have, the higher up you go in society. And our group of Junker Gnome friends have decided that just wasn't for them. So we're going to help them break back into their city. Here's a shot of the city right here, and King Mechagon's lightning-enshrouded palace.
¿Qué
up
tiene
there in
todo
the
esto que
background.
ver con la
We're going to
los
be
putos
meeting
nada?
a bunch of new robot enemies that are on the side of King Mechagon, and ultimately taking the fight to Mechagon himself. Now, what all of this outdoor questing experience ultimately culminates in is a brand new dungeon, or should I say, a mega dungeon. What's a mega dungeon? Well, if you remember back when we did Karazhan, we did a dungeon that was twice as long with 8 bosses that featured King Mechagon himself as the end boss. And it's mythic only for now, along with higher item level rewards and brand new and unique pets and mounts and items to collect. This is going to be an awesome double-length dungeon. We think you're going to love it. You're going to fight your way all the way out from the Junker Wastes, kill the killer death robots, bust your way inside, make your way down through the trash compactor, because of course that's how you bust your way into any...
Me parece random, pero me gusta que haya nuevo
And take the fight up to King Mechagon inside his lightning-shrouded palace shown here, where he, of course, is piloting a giant death robot. Let's take a quick look at a video showing us an early shot of Mechagon.
Yo he visto imágenes de esto. Pero yo he visto imágenes de alguien en una pila de robots luchando. ¿Esto ya estaba filtrado o algo?
Ni idea.
O a lo mejor era coincidencia. Karazhan al principio era difícil.
Sí.
And that is Mechagon.
Bueno, te equipas con esto y te vas a matar a Sara.
A goblin and gnome adventure, of course, there's going to be wacky hijinks. Okay, but what else have we got coming for you in Rise of Ashara? Well, we will be continuing to tell the major stories of some of our top-tier characters. We're going to be seeing what's next for Sylvanas. What are her plans?
Morir. Se confirma.
If you're a lore hound, you may notice we have a couple of things sprinkled in this talk that you may notice are a little interesting. We'll be seeing what's next for Saurfang, who you saw earlier today.
Tiene Chalataz XD.
And on the Alliance side, Jaina and Anduin continue to be the linchpins of trying to stop Sylvanas' evil plans. And we're going to be checking back in with Magni to see how the whole healing the world thing is going. Spoilers, it's not great. We're going to work with him. It's going to get better. If you like the heritage armors that we showed off in Tides of Vengeance for the dwarves and the blood elves, yes, please, yes, they're awesome. We love doing these awesome lore hits for some of our classic races, so we're going to be doing 2 more in Rise of Ashara.
Tauren, por favor.
For the Horde, our ancient allies, the Tauren.
Bien. Aunque es basura.
Bueno, es un tótem, un...
Ya, pero es basura, tío.
Going on a spiritual journey with the Spirit Walkers to find out why things are restless in Thunder Bluff. And for the Alliance, we couldn't be going to Mechagon without taking one last check-in with our diminutive friends, the Gnomes.
¡Qué puta mierda!
Alégrate por los Tauren.
As a gnome, you are going to be blasting the heck out of a whole lot of trogs with a spaceship.
Okay.
Si lo comparas
engineer, you'll notice that for the first
con los enanos, esto es puta mierda.
Goggles that you can put up on your forehead. Okay, what else have we got coming in Rise of Ashara? Well, oops, sorry. Can we go to the next one? No? Next one? Technical difficulties? Okay, go back.
XD que es real, que no le iba.
Don't look.
Como tu juego.
Oh, we've got more island expeditions coming at you, like Ian was talking about. We've got a lot of great
A
systemic
nadie le
improvements,
importa.
including a doubloons vendor with pets and mounts and tricorn hats coming in Tides of Vengeance. We will be continuing to add new island expeditions.
Y es una
in Rise of
mierda.
Ashara. The first one, which you already saw, If you were a huge lore hound, you were probably wondering where was Crestfall, a Warcraft 2 map that was part of the Cold Tyran group of islands from way back when. This was the island in Warcraft 2 where you very first fought dragons and griffin riders.
¿Te
We're going to be
imaginas?
heading back there, and you will be seeing some of the
Coño
remnants of what
gigante,
happened
enemigos.
during that fight way back in the day. And on
Hongos.
the other side of the spectrum, we're going to a place called Blossom Village. This is a small Pandaren town, nestled away
Casa de Pandaria
they've been
confirmed.
farming for generations, fighting back against their evil
Dios.
enemies. The Verming are making a return, our awesome rabbit friends from Mists of Pandaria. May even
Qué bien,
Shadow
los
Pan
mures.
show up too.
Lo echaba de menos.
Let's take a quick look at our new islands.
¿No se enteran de que la comunidad les suda la polla 1000 las islas en expedición? De verdad, es que dicen de feedback y mierdas y luego siguen sacando esto como si fuera la solución a su expansión de mierda. Sí, que son igual de mierdas, pero son 7. Esta música es nueva también, ¿no? ¿Sai? No, ya, obviamente, es mega épica, pero... Para eso hacéis server Mists of Pandaria, en lugar de la clase.
So
¿Me
this is the
explicas
shot
este
of our
cereal?
brand new Warfront coming with Tides of Vengeance.
Por
And in
favor.
Rise of Ashara, we'll make another advancement to our Warfront system for all those of you that have been wanting to play along with your
Otro
friends on
Warfront.
Warfronts, that have wanted to have a higher difficulty thing to play against, that has large group content when your raid is down for the week. We will be introducing heroic Warfronts.
Aquí no se puede flaquear, ¿eh,
This is
Shelito?
10 plus players. Bring whoever in your
Bueno,
party
bueno.
is online at the time. We've got new mechanics, new commanders, and
Yo no
with higher
slaqueo, además.
difficulty and higher item level rewards. You're really going to have to make sure you head back and defend, or you might find yourself on the losing end of a warfront. For all those that like PvP, we will be introducing a brand new arena. Amongst the clanking, whizzing gears of Mechagon is Mechagon.
¡Qué guay!
Arena.
Una redonda donde pegarse.
And of course, flying is coming back along with
Oh,
it.
por fin. Gracias.
A whole lot of great new mounts, including the bee, the griffin, and these awesome mechanical parrots.
Pero, ¿flying
Battle
dónde?
for Azeroth
Porque si me
Season
permites
3 will be
volar
beginning
solo...
with a Nazjatar-themed affix, item level increase across the board, and a new PvP season along the same side.
Te dejan volar
These are
en
the new mounts for
Kultiras
the
y en
PvP
Zandalar
season, these vicious basilisks.
y luego te dicen, en la isla de
And
Nagas
we've
no
got
puedes
this
volar.
purple
Y es como...
gladiator's Protodrake.
Que ponga. Como
So running out of time, let's just do a quick recap of everything coming your way in Rise of Ashara. We've got Nazjatar, the Zone, Mechagon, the Zone, Azshar's Eternal Palace, Mechagon Mega Dungeon, the Gnome and Torrid Heritage Armor sets, brand new islands, heroic warfronts, the Junker Gnome Arena, Flying, and BFA Season 3.
Pero
When
flying
is all this coming your way? Well,
específica.
after 815.
Y esto será
Suffice it to say,
en
we're happy with the
2020.
cadence of content that's coming out, and you'll see the PTR come up soon after 815 launches. Thank you all for coming out to watch our WoW Nuts Next panel. But that isn't the end of the story of Battle for Azeroth. In fact, we have other things coming your way as well in the future. But that's a story for another time.
Como que for another time.
We really appreciate you coming out to watch our panel today. We hope you enjoy playing this content as much as we enjoy
Espérate.
making it. Please come
¿Dónde
out to our
está
WoW
Enzo?
Q&A panel tomorrow at the same
Ah.
time on this stage and ask all your questions. On behalf of everybody on the World of Warcraft team, thank you so much, and we'll see you in Azeroth.
¿Ya está? ¿Nada más? Ay. Se ríen en tu cara, ¿eh?
Es demasiado poderosa.
A ver, ¿ves? La primera media hora de puta mierda, el gordo hablando y Hazzikostas, debería haber sido más contenido del 8.2, porque todo lo que han dicho ya lo sabíamos. Y es como, no me estás aportando nada. Que no se habla de Sylvanas y Chalataz. Porque esto es lo que quería hablar, porque creo que en Legión no habían abierto ni Nighthold, creo. No, ¿qué coño?
Mira, cuando...
Y ya estaban hablando de Argos.
Ya.
Y es en plan, no sé, háblanos un poco más. Porque tú vas a matar a Shara muy bien. ¿Y qué? ¿Dónde están los Old Cats en todo esto? ¿Dónde está el final de expansión? Es Sylvanas otra vez.
Endgame Cinematic.
Y bueno, que se matan mucho y luego... Oh, vamos a tratar y nos olvidamos. Si matamos nagas, si matamos Goblin, si gnomos, pero ya, por de alianza, poquito.
Es como, te voy a matar, pero mira, un fishy boy.
Oh, fishy boy. Y se pegan. De verdad. El último, real, o sea, en los últimos 10 minutos de panel, gracias. Eran útiles, pero los primeros 35, ¿me explicas? Y la gente gritando, ¡oh! ¡Oh! Y tú, a ver, subnormal, pero si ya lo sabes todo esto. Qué bien, ¿eh? Van a remodelar Warzone. Qué bien, ¿eh? Prefiero esto antes que contenido bueno.
Si es que ya me había olvidado de
¿Qué? ¿Qué?
Que ya me había olvidado de eso, o sea, imagínate.
Es que a nadie le importa, tío. Qué rabia, de verdad, mucha rabia.
Vamos a jugar al